So guys, the next potential Prime Minister of the United Kingdom and slumdog billionaire today admitted that the fear narrative for COVID was wrong from the beginning. Yes, Mr. Richie Sunak had the goal to come out and say that. That's right, they've admitted that they probably went a bit too far now. This is the guy who was the Chancellor throughout and did that help out to eat out and many other things, printing off lots of money for furlough for people to sit at home and watch Netflix and eat takeaway all day. Yep, this was the Chancellor of the Exchequer who allowed small businesses to be crushed completely and never ever to return, while his billionaire mates at places like Amazon and all that and all these fast food places absolutely made billions out of it. It's clear to see what they are up to. It was an absolute targeted attack on the economy. That's why they call it the Great Reset or the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Now, this isn't a joke. People need to look this up, yeah? It's on the government website. It's a document that old Hancock wrote, Madazalam Matt Hancock, wrote with Klaus Schwab, the World Economic Forum media. Yeah, the very one who wants us to eat bugs and he wants to basically kill off 4 billion useless eaters, as he calls them. You know as well as I do, 2.5 years ago, we were warning about the consequences being far worse than the virus itself. We told our MPs, like I did, Sir Robert Buckland, they just weren't interested at all. They were just following that narrative because they're all globalists trying to break our country down. Now, we must not forget about this. We must not. That's 2.5 years of our lives that they robbed from us. They turned this country and the whole world on its head. People broke up with family and friends and stuff over this because people were radicalized by the mainstream media throughout. And of course, we know many people were killed in hospitals when they had DNRs put on their beds without asking the family members. Because they got away with doing this because no one was allowed to see their family, and we had family members dying alone in hospitals and care homes. And don't forget the Madazalam murders as well, people being just shoved on that and allowed to die. This was a terrible holocaust of genocide here, and now we've seen the death rate even after now jumping up 10% because people didn't get their cancer appointments or their other routine operations. It's absolutely disgusting what they've done, and for him to come out and have the gall to say this today is an absolute disgrace. It doesn't finish here. This is just the beginning of justice, and to make sure this never ever happens again. Just one more thing, guys. I just want to thank every one of you, though, who did see through all this BS 2.5 years ago. Like I said, it was a really, really lonely place. Many of us lost friends and family, and ironically, I made a lot more. But we were called all sorts of nasty things, saying we're killing grandma and all that, and we were conspiracy theorists. But I just have to say, being called a conspiracy theorist does not cut it anymore in the intellectual discord. Just want to give a shout out to all the care home staff who were given the ultimatum, either have the jab or lose your job. And of course many did because they didn't want to take something still in clinical trials, a medical procedure. My heart goes out to you. You got to go and sue these people. This should never have happened. Absolutely never. And another shout out to the NHS staff, I think there was 100,000 in the end, who right up to the 11th hour were bullied into taking this jab, but they stood firm and the government had to back down. They are the real NHS heroes. We should be clapping. Thank you to you. It was very inspiring. And of course all the other people from my own town, Swindon, all these other places that were concerned about this. You took the time to do your own research, and we have been vindicated, so enjoy this moment. But of course the biggest shout out goes to you guys, yeah, all you truth warriors out there who stood firm. They threw everything at us, everything, deplatforming us, censoring us, you name it. The old fact checkers, do you remember that one? yeah, and we know who funds the fact checkers, but you know, you guys are a tough breed, every single one of you, yeah? You stood firm because you knew the consequences of this and how it was going to affect our children and the like, you know. So a massive shout out to you. Like I said, losing your family and friends, well, they never really were family or friends if they didn't respect your opinion in the first place. So don't forget that. And I can say from personal experience, I've actually made more friends through this period. But you guys are a tough breed, and without you, we would have not have made this positive step forward. So onwards and upwards. Take care, everyone, and God bless you all.